Sahih al-Bukhari 401. Narrated Abdullah. The Prophet prayed, and the sub-narrator Ibrahim said, I do not know whether he prayed more or less than usual, and when he had finished the prayers he was asked, O Allah's Messenger, has there been any change in the prayers? He said, What is it? The people said, You have prayed so much and so much. So the Prophet bent his legs, faced the Qibla and performed 2 prostrations of Sahu, and finished his prayers with Taslim, by turning his face to right and left saying, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. When he turned his face to us he said, If there had been anything changed in the prayer, surely I would have informed you, but I am a human being like you and liable to forget like you. So if I forget, remind me, and if any one of you is doubtful about his prayer, he should follow what he thinks to be correct and complete his prayer accordingly and finish it and do 2 prostrations of Sahu. Sahih al-Bukhari 402. Narrated Umar bin al-Khattab. My Lord agreed with me in 3 things, -1. I said, O Allah's Messenger, I wish we took the station of Abraham as our praying place, for some of our prayers. So came the divine inspiration, and take you, people, the station of Abraham as a place of prayer, for some of your prayers, e.g. 2 rakat of Tawaf of Kabiya. 2.125, -2. And as regards the verse of the veiling of the women, I said, O Allah's Messenger, I wish you ordered your wives to cover themselves from the men because good and bad ones talk to them. So the verse of the veiling of the women was revealed. -3. Once the wives of the Prophet made a united front against the Prophet, and I said to them, It may be if he, the Prophet, divorced you, all, that is Lord, Allah, will give him instead of you wives better than you. So this verse, the same as I had said, was revealed. 66.5. Sahih al-Bukhari 402b. Narrated Anas. As in Sahih Bukhari 395. I asked Ibn Umar, can a person who has performed the tawaf around the Kaaba for Umrah but has not performed the tawaf of Safa and Marwa have a sexual relation with his wife? Ibn Umar replied, when the Prophet reached Mecca he performed the tawaf around the Kaaba, circumambulated it 7 times, and offered a 2 rakat prayer at the place behind the station of Abraham, and then performed the tawaf of Safa and Marwa, and verily in Allah's Messenger, you have a good example. Then we put the same question to Jabir bin Abdullah and he too replied, he should not go near his wife, for sexual relation, till he has finished the tawaf of Safa and Marwa. Sahih al-Bukhari 403. Narrated Abdullah bin Umar. While the people were offering the far prayer at Quba, near Medina, someone came to them and said, It has been revealed to Allah's Messenger tonight, and he has been ordered to pray facing the Kaaba. So turn your faces to the Kaaba. Those people were facing Sham, Jerusalem, so they turned their faces towards Kaaba at Mecca. Sahih al-Bukhari 404. Narrated Abdullah. Once the Prophet offered 5 rakat in Zuhr prayer. He was asked, Is there an increase in the prayer? The Prophet said, And what is it? They said, You have prayed 5 rakat. So he bent his legs and performed 2 prostrations of Sahu. Sahih al-Bukhari 405. Narrated Anas bin Malik. The Prophet saw some sputum in the direction of the Qibla on the wall of the mosque, and he disliked that, and the sign of disgust was apparent from his face. So he got up and scraped it off with his hand and said, Whenever any one of you stands for the prayer, he is speaking in private to his Lord, or his Lord is between him and his Qibla. So none of you should spit in the direction of the Qibla, but one can spit to the left or under his foot. The Prophet then took the corner of his sheet and spat in it and folded it and said, Or you can do this. Sahih al-Bukhari 406. Narrated Abdullah bin Umar. Allah's Messenger saw sputum on the wall of the mosque in the direction of the Qibla and scraped it off. He faced the people and said, Whenever any one of you is praying, he should not spit in front of him because in the prayer Allah is in front of him. Sahih al-Bukhari 407. Narrated Aisha. The mother of faithful believers, Allah's Messenger, saw some nasal secretions, expectoration or sputum on the wall of the mosque in the direction of the Qibla and scraped it off. Sahih al-Bukhari 408, 409. Narrated Abu Hurairah and Abu Sa'idi. Allah's messenger saw some expectoration on the wall of the mosque. He took gravel and scraped it off and said, if any one of you wanted to spit, he should neither spit in front of him nor on his right, but he could spit either on his left or under his left foot. Sahih al-Bukhari 410, 411. Narrated Abu Huraira and Abu Sa'id. Allah's messenger saw some expectoration on the wall of the mosque. He took gravel and scraped it off and said, if any one of you wanted to spit, he should neither spit in front of him nor on his right, but could spit either on his left or under his left foot. Sahih al-Bukhari 412. Narrated Anas bin Malik. The Prophet said, a faithful believer while in prayer is speaking in private to his Lord, so he should neither spit in front of him nor to his right side, but he could spit either on his left or under his foot. Sahih al-Bukhari 414. Narrated Abu Sa'id. The Prophet saw sputum on the wall of the mosque in the direction of the Qibla and scraped it off with gravel. Then he forbade spitting in front or on the right, but allowed it on one's left or under one's left foot. Sahih al-Bukhari 415. Narrated Anas bin Malik. The Prophet said, spitting in the mosque is a sin and its expiation is to bury it.